Joining us today for MM Steel Club's daily market briefing is Dick Sands. He's involved with distribution for Stemcor London Limited in Europe and the UK. Dick, it's a pleasure to have you join us for MM Steel Club's daily market briefings. We can now take this time to promote Stemcor London Limited for SMM 2021 Q3. Let's discuss the steel industry in Europe and the UK and the current demand to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. Can you describe the current market situation in your area?
Okay, well, with the market, first of all, in Europe and the UK, we're seeing significant shortage of supply. Local producers, post the first impact of COVID, haven't managed to recover sufficient production to meet the demand that's followed. And that demand that's followed has been much, much stronger than expected, partly supported by governmental spending, and just generally very good market conditions. And we're seeing it not just in steel, we're seeing it across the whole supply chain for a lot of materials for construction and for industrial consumption. So there's a shortage of supply from local European producers. In particular, we see that on coated products, galvanized products, and painted products. And that supply is exacerbated by governmental intervention. The safeguard measures which the European Union brought in a few years ago, and the UK since Brexit has continued those within the UK, and those safeguard measures are adding obstacles to steel importing into the UK and Europe, and those obstacles are exacerbating the shortages. So the steel market continues to be in short supply and prices are at record levels. This is my 45th year in the steel industry, and I've never seen a market like it. If we go on to the actual European steel industry and the steel producers, I mean, there's been a lot of consolidation in Europe over recent years. ArcelorMittal, obviously, part and parcel of that. Tata coming into the marketplace. But there's a lot of questions about the steel industry going forward. I mean, we look at three big players, Liberty, Tata, and Thyssen. Thyssen have expressed their wish to get out of the steel making in Europe. Liberty seem to have a lot of difficulties. It's difficult to comment on their situation, but it's clearly a troubled environment for them today. And then Tata, who really knows what Tata's long-term intentions are in the UK? They've tried to separate Emuden from the UK. Maybe they'll sell Emuden. There was talk about that. What the future is for Tata UK, who knows? So I think the steel industry has a lot of questions in Europe going forward. Added to which, they all have to look at green steel. There are going to be carbon taxes on production, carbon border taxes. The steel industry has to completely renew itself to deal with carbon emissions. So it's very interesting.
Okay, what perspective does Stemcor London Limited have on the steel industry in the UK?
Our perspective on the steel industry in the UK is that it's now very fragmented. I mean, what was one dominant supplier, Chorus, British Steel beforehand, is now separated into a number of organisations. What's called British Steel today is a small part of what was British Steel before. And that's owned, I believe, by Jinhui, the Chinese steel producer. Obviously, there's Liberty as well, who have their investments in the UK market, and Tata. And all of them, I think, seeing the future, probably British Steel, what's now called British Steel, a small part of what was, I would say probably has a long-term future. I'm very doubtful about the long-term viability of Tata and about the future for Liberty in the UK. So again, a very troubled future, I'd say.
Okay, and on that same front, how about in Europe?
In Europe, as I mentioned before, there's consolidation with ArcelorMittal. It's interesting to see what's going to happen with Ilva now. Arcelor had a big appetite for that before, but since they've come into this new partnership with the Italian government, it seems to be moving forward more slowly. Liberty, again in Europe, have their own issues. Thyssen, as I said, wanting to get out. SSAB, a real bright light, as are Arcelor with their performance. SSAB with their investment in their own unique green technology. And I think SSAB is a very forward-looking company, and I would see them doing well in the future, as is a lot ArcelorMittal. They've done a fantastic job. 20 years ago, you know, in 2001-2, in their formative years, I would have said ArcelorMittal was a very vulnerable concern, but there was a period of steady growth from 2001 to 2008, during which ArcelorMittal profited massively and put around strong roots, which I think makes them impervious to momentary fluctuations in the steel market. And they're a very strong business, and they look very well run to me.
And you are scheduled to be speaking at our upcoming event in September, SMM 2021 Q3. Talk to us about why you're excited to participate in this event.
Well, not because I'm being paid, but it is an exciting conference. I mean, I attend many conferences. I get invited to speak at a number of conferences. What's excellent about the M&M Club conference is the great depth it has. I mean, it's a long conference. It goes on over a number of days. It's very broad. It encompasses a wide range of topics, which makes it very interesting. And also, with one exception myself, the speakers are excellent quality. There are some very, very good speakers, very experienced individuals who I'm very interested to listen to. And then finally, and probably most importantly, it's the amazing attendance. The numbers surpass any other steel conference that I've attended or participated in previously by a considerable number. And the quality of the attendees as well. There are some very interesting senior individuals who I'm very happy to have the opportunity to encounter and to speak to, because that can be good for my business.
Okay, let's now take the time to introduce your company and how it's performing.
Okay, well, Stemcor's a very old company. It was founded in 1951 by the Oppenheimer family, who owned it for many, many years. At post-2008, Stemcor had some difficulties and the family lost control of the business. The banks took over the business, and then we were managed and controlled by some hedge funds as we went through financial restructuring. We came out of that a few years ago very successfully, and we now owned by a large Chinese organization, CDAR, who are a very successful top 300 company in the world, and we're in a very strong and stable position. We have a global footprint, which is crucial to our business. So for our suppliers, we offer global marketing, and for our customers, we offer global sourcing. So that global footprint is crucial. We have very strong finances. With the price of steel rising so quickly, we've been able to manage and finance the business that we're doing. We have ample credit lines to deal with that. Logistics, very important for both our suppliers and our customers. We deal with shipping, with integrity. We always perform on our contracts. If we purchase something, if the market collapses, we take delivery, we pay for it. If we sell something and the market rockets, we deliver to our customer at the contracted price. And that integrity is crucial to us and crucial to our business partners, which makes them enjoy doing business with Stemcor because they're comfortable. And finally, you know, in this business, quality and service are very important. And we believe we provide a first-class service to our customers. And technical issues and the quality of steel today is getting more and more complicated. Fire regulations and construction regulations. We have a strong technical department that supports our business and allows us to give a first-class service to both our suppliers and our customers. Their end of the advertisement.
Okay, great. Well, MM Steel Club is looking forward to having you join us next month for SMM 2021 Q3. And we would also like to thank you for taking this time to join us for a daily market briefing. Thank you kindly, Dick.
It's been a pleasure, and thank you, Neil.